Is it possible and worth the effort to upgrade a decade-old drone with digital HD video and ELRS so it'll work with today's modern equipment? Find out why I say absolutely yes, and you might be shocked at how easy it is and the added benefit that some of us get to enjoy. Now, obviously, before we can install the new hardware, we have to first remove the old hardware. So we're just going to power through this a little bit. Thinking back on when I built this thing, I remember it being quite the mess of wires. But knowing how this new stuff gets wired up makes me think that it'll be a lot less of a disaster when we're done here. This is a Unify Pro HV, and the microphone that was never meant to be. We'll pull out this X4R receiver. This old frame is made by Detroit Multi-Rotor. I believe it was called the Bloodhound or the Greyhound. The OSD for the video feed actually went through the power distribution board on this drone. Therefore, no Betaflight OSD. Okay, now we'll get this cleaned up here so we can get our new VTX attached to UART3 and the 5-volt rail. And on this old Revolt V1 board, we have to solder onto RX1 on the bottom of the board because it's the only way possible to use UART1 for our receiver. We'll connect TX1 up here to the through hole, and for voltage we'll attach right here where the battery does. And we're going to attach this wire here so that we have voltage monitoring that will be displayed in our Betaflight OSD. And that's the huge added benefit of attaching HD video to this old flight controller that doesn't originally support Betaflight OSD. While it doesn't have a video in and out for OSD, we are able to connect to a few UARTs to give this drone new capabilities, such as the remote ID, which we'll be adding to this drone as soon as the module comes in the mail. So that's all there is to hooking up both the VTX and the ELRS receiver. All we have to do now is a few modifications to the frame to attach the camera and antennas. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a permanent installation, and I was getting excited to get the drone in the air, so I got a little bit lazy here and used a zip tie. And I probably should have used heat shrink on this receiver, but that would have complicated things even further. And I'm just making new holes for the tiny camera here. The frame already had this hole in it, so I designed and printed this adapter to hold the VTX antennas. And we pretty much just have to button it up now. And as a bonus upgrade, I went ahead and got myself some UMA grip. And I must say, I am quite impressed. And I'm not going to fly that battery because it's like 8 years old. But I will fly a brand new battery, and I'll show you that footage right after you see this pre-upgrade footage, so you can see what I was working with and what a tremendous difference there is after these upgrades. So as you can see, the receiver had to be replaced no matter if we wanted to upgrade or not. And as far as the video goes, all I can say is I'm completely blown away. It's like I'm watching an HD movie while flying my drone. You guys can't see the Betaflight OSD, but it is working. I didn't want to bore anybody with the details of setting up the OSD or the ELRS because it's exactly the same as setting it up on anything brand new, and there's tons of video resources out there already. So I guess I'll just let this footage play out. It's just flying around my garden and whatnot. And that about wraps up this video. If you're watching this and you were on the fence about switching to HD, hopefully you're not on the fence anymore. You should do it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of my boring flight, and I'll see you next time on Make Stuff Do More.